You have tuned in to the Interrobang podcast. I'm with my man, Royalty, Antinian DeCarlo.
And I'm sitting right here with my buddy, JJ Shooter, John Jordan himself.
And this is a show where no topic is off limits.
Let's be real. Maybe a few topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us for exclamatory rhetorical conversations
With a small dose of what the fuck.
Welcome to the show.
Beast. Man.
What's good, man?
Dog.
Hey, we here.
We here.
We here.
I mean, all right.
And we had a good time getting here, okay?
We did. It took some time.
Yes.
We will, however, not punish the listeners by recapping everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
Let's get to it. Let's jump in, man.
What are you drinking, man?
Man, okay, I'm drinking Adictivo tequila on the rocks. No ginger ale. No chaser, dog. This is the kind of episode we having today.
You're drinking a what?
Adictivo tequila.
Adictivo.
Adictivo.
Yes. Tequila.
It's good. It's sweet. I don't know what else to say about it, but I'm drinking it.
Reposado?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, it's dark and it's sweet, so I'm assuming so. I didn't read. This was a bottle that was given to me that I've been like drinking slowly over the past maybe year and a half. But today's a special occasion, so I'm like, let's bust it out. We doing
Today
tequila,
is a special occasion,
like so. Here we are.
Here we are, man. Yeah, okay.
Tell me about you, man. What's popping? What's going on?
It's all good, man. All good.
No. What are you drinking? Before you start talking about your children and your feelings, what are you drinking?
You asked me what's going on.
Yeah, right. That was my mistake. I own
Okay.
it. Accountability. We're gonna talk about that later too.
Yes, we are. All right. Well, I am having a beer. I like to switch up my drinks. So
That's true.
Today I'm having a beer of the gluten-free variety. Don't even start.
I didn't say anything.
Don't even start.
I'm not going to talk about your genetic deficiencies, your inability to process simple things like fucking wheat.
Apparently, it's not so simple. Okay, see this is what you're not understanding about this.
Here it comes. The feelings. Here we go.
Okay, I'm simply saying it's not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign that my body wants to be strengthened. Remember that.
I'm gonna let that go.
So I am having a gluten-free beer, which is better for my body.
That's true.
And I am also having a little finger of whiskey too.
Just the finger, just the sip.
Just a sip.
I like that.
Yes.
Everything is good?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I mean, life is life.
Life do be life. Let's leave it at that. Because we spend so much time catching up with each other, and they don't care. So let's get, okay. Yeah. I am also doing well.
You're doing well?
I am doing well.
You're doing well.
His Royal Blackness is pleased. Everything is going well.
That's fantastic to hear.
All right.
So,
I think that you have a scenario for me.
Yes.
And we talked about it, but I don't remember, and I feel like I should have been paying closer attention.
It's okay.
But let's jump into it.
It's okay. You don't listen to nothing I say anyway. So.
Well,
All right. So
that's not. Well, let's be very clear, just so the listeners know. Like, hey, I do listen. We listen and we don't judge, and I love you. I do.
No judgments.
Except when we judge. All right. What's up?
All right.
Clink and drink. You don't clink and put it down. Clink and drink.
Man, I've been getting yelled at all night, okay?
Manners, dog. Manners maketh. Done. All right, let's have it.
All right. So.
I'm already upset. I forgot. I still don't know what's coming. I'm already like, ugh. Okay. Let's go.
So, when you think about dating, and honestly, maybe you might not be the right audience for this because you haven't really dated in a while, and I don't know the way you really date
we've talked about the way that I date, and it's not traditionally.
No,
I don't.
You don't really.
I refuse. Anyway, but go ahead.
Anyways, so for those of us tormented daters, you're not really a tormented dater.
Definitely not.
What are the things about dating that are really the worst parts about dating? You wouldn't know this, but it's typically the lack of clarity.
I wouldn't know about this because I'm freaking clear. Let's be very clear about what's going on. This is who I am. These are my expectations. That's who she is. She over there. You gonna be mad? Okay. Let's talk about it.
This is great for you, but for most of us daters out there, there's a very big lack of clarity when you're dating.
I feel like that's a choice.
It's a symptom.
Okay, continue.
Like I said, lack of clarity is the worst thing. You know, are we dating? Are we dating other people? How often should I call or text? You know, how often should we see each other? What do you want? What are you looking for? You know, expectations. Even when it comes to ending the dating experience, there's ghosting. There's breakups. There's all the stuff that causes people anxiety about dating. Why do you look so confused right now?
I'm not confused. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed.
It's rough in the streets, bro.
I want to let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm trying not to interrupt.
You're already judging. You're not listening.
I'm
you're
very
judging.
much listening.
We literally just talked about this,
bro. I'm listening so hard right now. I can't possibly listen any harder.
You're listening with your eyes.
Okay, keep going.
Because of these anxieties around dating.
Okay.
I have a solution.
Oh God! I didn't know where this was going, and I'm so happy that we're here. It's like when your friend is like, "Yo, I have the best idea for an invention, but I need you to invest your life savings," and you're like, "Let's have it. This is gonna be a terrible idea, but because I love you, I will entertain it." So tell me about your dating invention.
Yes. Okay. So the solution to all these unclear things in dating, the lack of clarity, the anxiety, the conversations that you want to have but you don't want to have.
Okay.
Dating contracts.
Okay.
A dating contract.
So Dave Chappelle touched on this in the Chappelle Show, but it was literally like a consent contract, which is also probably pretty necessary now too. Initial here for
X, Y,
sign
Z.
at the line. I agree to do this, not to do this. You are allotted 8 hours per X amount of time of conversation, whatever. Keep talking because I'm surprisingly on board.
Yeah. You're what?
I'm surprisingly on board so far.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
So yeah, walk with me because I'm about to start running here. Okay, so now I'm still baking this up. So just work with me here. So
this is gonna fall apart.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me now. Okay.
All right.
Dating contracts. There's two different types of dating contracts.
Oh boy.
Okay. So there's exploratory contracts. And
I like where this is going.
And then there's renewal contracts.
Always. Renewal contracts that's how marriage should be structured. When you get married, 5-year contract, subject to renewal, like the father DMV.
And it's all about what you put. Okay, first of all,
people change, people grow,
It's all about what you put in the contract, what you want in your next contract,
That is a whole new division of legality for attorneys. We creating jobs over here, man.
I'm telling you, man. And we're making people happy in the process.
Yeah.
Okay, so exploratory contracts
can
be 1, 2, or 3 months in length.
Months? Oh, that's right, because we're dating. I forgot. I was in the marriage thing. I was yo.
No. We're still on dating contracts. Still on dating contracts. Okay. Exploratory contracts can be in 1, 2, or 3 month increments.
Okay.
You can only take up to 3 consecutive exploratory contracts.
Before you have to sign a long-term contract?
Before you have to sign a renewal contract.
Okay. But that's 9 months.
I mean, if somebody wants to let it go for 9 months, then that's on them. That's in the contract negotiation.
That's where I would have to negotiate that because, listen, like my last relationship was 5 years, and there were points where I was like, I wouldn't even let her have a key to my house. 5 years, nope, don't trust you.
Hey,
but my current situation, like a month and a half, yeah, whenever you want, come on over. You don't have to ask. I don't have to be home.
You know, you have different contracts for different types of relationships.
Fair.
You know?
Okay. You talking to me. You're cooking. I'm going to let you cook. Let's go.
Okay. So like I said, exploratory contracts in 1 to 3 month increments. Can't have more than 3 exploratory contracts consecutively before
you have
renewal
to do a renewal
or
it's just shit or get off the pot.
Right.
Like, what do you? And it alleviates the. Oh, I know you hate this conversation.
Exactly.
But what are we doing?
What are we doing? Where are we going?
Oh my god.
So in the contract, you're agreeing to. So in an exploratory contract, let's say, you know what? I like you. We've been on a couple dates. You wanna take out a contract?
And then you have the option of saying like, okay, this contract is good, but is it an exclusive contract? Can you only do one, or you can only see one or two other people, or if you see one or two other people, how far are you allowed to go physically? You make out with them, fine, but if they touch your junk, we're done.
All this is in the contract, my friend.
Okay.
All this is in the contract.
I'm letting you cook, man.
I'm telling you, man. So you can put it in the contract. You know, are you allowed romantic interactions with other people? Are you allowed to give out your number? How many times do you want to see me a week? How many phone calls? How much time do you expect?
All right, well, hold on. Okay, so two things that I think are very, very important. Because so far, this is like a very fun idea. I don't know how feasible it is realistically, but I like it. So 2 things. One, I forgot one. No, it was we'll go to 2. The second thing is, how do you enforce the contract if somebody breaks it? What do you do? Somebody breaks the contract, what's the penalty?
So contracts can be terminated if there is evidence of breach of contract.
But I mean, it's like getting fired from a job. You're like, whatever, I didn't like that job anyway. I won't put it on my resume. It's fine. Are you talking about like a dating permanent record? That makes things a lot more serious, because I know that if people could see everything that I was doing, I'd be much more intentional about what I was doing.
Contracts, the details of the contract don't have to be public knowledge, but the fact that you took out a contract is public knowledge.
I feel like each contract needs to come with an NDA.
But if the contract is terminated because of breach, then that is listed as well.
Ooh, so you you agreed, but you breached.
Yes.
And
so that's why.
That's a whole new slang word. It's a whole new slur. Like, this dude's a freaking breacher.
Right.
Like, don't mess with him. He's a breacher. I don't even trust her. She's a breacher, bro.
Imagine you talking to a girl at the bar. Or
she got a big B on her forehead, tattooed, breacher.
And a guy walks up,
scarlet letter.
Hey, my friend dated her. She's a breacher.
Like, I don't even care what she did sexually, but she's a breacher? Where's your integrity? Do you even care about yourself?
Right. No pride. No self-pride.
I'm disgusted hypothetically at these people. Who are these people that don't respect the contract
that they agreed to?
Right. The signature's right there. Okay. I like this. And what I want to do is like pause for like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's pause for 3 or 4 minutes because I want to get somebody else's opinion on this. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Can we bring in somebody special?
We can bring in
special guest action.
We do have a special guest that we are bringing on. So
okay, well,
we'll do that.
We'll be right back. Beast.
Ladies. Our next segment is sponsored by Royal Teas. Royal Teas crafts handcrafted organic fruit and spice-infused spirits and bitters. Each bottle is uniquely blended and personally bottled by the founders, delivering a smooth,
flavorful experience unlike anything else on the market. They also host curated tasting events that pair their signature libations with gourmet hors d'oeuvres. Perfect for cocktail lovers and foodies alike. Interested guests can visit royaltyspirits.com or reach out via email to siproyalties@gmail.com. Discover Royal Teas. Just a sip.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back.
it is my pleasure. It's my privilege to introduce to you all in internet land one of the coolest young women on the planet. I'm not going to talk too much about who she is. I want her to introduce herself, but I will tell you her name. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the beautiful, illustrious Bridget Gregory.
Woo!
Yeah.
Bridget
Bridget in the building.
Bridget in the building.
Just for the record, like, she wrote that intro and made me say this.
Okay.
She was like,
okay.
She's like, beautiful, illustrious. Those two words.
Had to be in there.
I don't want no smoke, because this podcast almost got me in trouble like lots of times. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bridget Gregory.
Bridget Gregory.
Welcome to Interrobang.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
I'm so excited. Oh, that's what she said.
And this is how we're getting the party started.
All right.
We'll drink to that. Here.
Let's drink
Bridget,
to
why
that.
don't you start by telling us in true Interrobang fashion what you're drinking?
Well, I'm drinking Jameson, neat, as one does. I understand the folks here are not into it, and that's fine. That's fine. Oh, Lordy.
She's bringing out my inner white girl. I literally can't even right now. I can't.
You are such a...
Ooh, where were you going to go from there? Such a what? Was this a comment about you
cool
people?
dude.
Did you say
You
coon?
people.
Did you say coon?
Listen, you...
People.
And this is why I wasn't going to come tonight.
That's what he said. Anyway, okay, so Jameson neat. So, let's break this down into two parts, all right?
God.
Firstly and foremost, I respect and love that you're drinking whiskey neat. That's 80s style slow clap.
admirable.
You love that.
Yes, very
we really do love that. We love that. Like a woman that can drink whiskey neat.
Yeah, you gained some points.
Say less. Like we don't even really have to say much more about that. We know what that means. We know what that means.
What does that mean?
Butt stuff.
Oh, my God.
This is what you told me. Don't act like
you
we
have
didn't
just
have
been
this.
waiting to say that
That's true. That's true.
He's always been
every
saying it.
day.
Every day. Oh no. Okay. So no, we love that you're drinking whiskey neat. That's we love
Okay,
that.
light up the Irish whiskey. Let's go.
No, it's not the Irish whiskey. It's like it's a frat whiskey. It's like
We've graduated to bigger things.
we are in our 40s,
Bigger and better
Bridget.
things, Bridget.
I mean, we are in our 40s. We don't know how old you are,
Correct.
but I mean, at least in your 25 years, in those 4 years, you should have gotten over it.
I like it.
But
I'm a
why
creature
though?
of habit.
Okay, well, one thing. I mean,
Man, if you like, you like what you like, I guess, you know.
but you know, you saw what she sent us to the store to get. Because I went to Benny's. And she
Yeah, I
wanted
could have my tequila, and you didn't.
Dolce Vita, grapefruit tequila, and they were like, it must be seasonal because
It's
they're
not
not stocking
seasonal.
it.
Your Benny's up here on the North Shore just doesn't carry it.
No, because I called him because he was coming from out west, and I was like, "There's a Benny's that they told me it's in stock. They said they have 7 bottles. Go to this Benny's and get it for
You could have
her."
brought me 7 whole bottles of my favorite tequila.
He got there and
Yeah,
it wasn't in stock.
They had one. They said they had one in inventory, and it wasn't on the shelf.
They did not know where it was. But even that bottle.
That's how good it is.
No, because we looked at the bottle, and even that bottle.
For
That's not a
students.
It's
or-
it's not. It's you know what it is. It's the boom.
Is it the color?
It's no, because I like a little pink. It's literally the Boone's Farm of tequila.
It's not the.
It's Boone's Farm.
Have you had it?
No, because I'm an
You don't know
adult.
what you're talking about.
Grapefruit flavored tequila. I mean, it sounds.
Yeah, but that other
Boone's
grapefruit
Farmish.
alternative that you sent me, that
Yeah,
one
the
does
21
not
seeds.
That does not taste good.
Have you tried it?
Yes, I've had it because I bought it for myself when they were out.
You like flavored
I
tequila,
feel like you
flavored
just.
vodka do.
No, it's not flavored like that. I mean, it's subtle. The flavors, but
It's pink.
It's pink.
yes. Okay, can I tell you a story about that?
Yes, please do. Make us understand.
The reason that I like that, it's not the reason I like it, but the first time I had it, I did not go to the store and say like, oh my God, look at this tequila. It's pink. I love it and I want it.
I don't believe you. I think that's exactly
So
what
when
happened.
I was married and we had first moved to we bought our house and we moved in, my husband went to the grocery store and he came back and he said, hey, I got you this. And I basically had been like pregnant or nursing babies for a million years. So I hadn't really like drank much until the pandemic. And I was like, all right, I'm going to start having cocktails again. So this was still, we moved there in, May of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I had just eased back into like having a glass of wine here and there. And one glass of wine was like, woo! So he brings me this tequila and I thought it was a mixed drink. Because it's pink.
Okay.
I thought it was like, oh, this is like some grapefruit margarita thing. And I thought, this isn't stuff that I drink. Why would he buy me this? I don't understand. He said, I thought this was right up your alley. So I just poured some in a glass with ice, took a huge sip in my kitchen with all of my children around, thinking, I'm just having a little margarita. Did not read the bottle. Almost spat it out. And was like, oh my God, it's tequila. It's just tequila. He's like, what did you think it was? So I thought there was juice in there. So I know it looks fruity and floofy and whatever, but it is just tequila.
No, it's not just that it's pink that made us be like, this is Boone's Farm. It's just the way that it's labeled. And we're like, it's like Mad Dog 2020. Like there's no juice in that. But like, what are you doing? But I will say this because we were chatting before.
It tastes good.
And I believe you.
I like it on ice with a splash of water.
And that's what we were saying.
It's sweet-ish. I mean, it's not like fruity sweet though.
No.
I mean, it's tequila.
We're gonna try this, and we're gonna report back. Like this is a real thing. This is a real thing.
I should have brought some from Arlington Heights.
Well, we didn't want you to drive all the way to hang out with us and have to bring your own alcohol
You know what?
you.
I appreciate that. You guys are gentlemen.
at first.
Oh.
And so when we were in the group chat, we asked her like, hey, what would you like us to grab you to drink? And she's like, either Dolce Vita grapefruit tequila or Jameson or champagne or
some
champagne.
sparkles. Those are the three things that whatever. You know what? You have your stuff.
No. I was talking about the wide range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
have
not
a
being
range.
attacked. You're not being attacked. We're
Oh
just
no,
talking.
not in this moment.
No. Why are you so?
This fucking guy.
What are you talking about? Now we got. See, stop! Don't curse. Cause I gotta bleep stuff out. That's edited. I gotta edit this.
I was not prepped for the no cursing.
No, that I mean, it's fine.
That's not
This
that's not a
flippin'
hard
guy.
rule.
Yeah, there you go. No, but when we asked you what you wanted, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get her the tequila because I'm drinking tequila, and John was gonna drink a seltzer or a glass of wine.
Or a tequila soda.
Fine.
You know, don't.
Really hit a nerve there.
Hey, I don't understand. I just want to love him, and he just takes things so personally. But I was like, okay,
This
what do you like?
romance is really beautiful.
It's a bromance. I asked you, what do you like to drink with your tequila? And her response was more tequila or like a splash of tequila. And I think I can speak for John when I say that we both approved and felt some type of way about it. You got a low-key seal of approval. So now that we've talked entirely too long about this, you were listening to us chit-chat before
was.
about the dating contract. So before you jump in there, tell us what you do.
I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I have a private practice, and I work with individuals, couples, and families.
I feel like we're in trouble. We didn't think this through at all.
How long have you been doing that for, Bridget?
What year is it? 15 years?
That's crazy.
What?
So since you were 10? Man.
Yes, I'm a genius and a prodigy. So.
Doogie Howser over here.
100%.
And you were old enough to get that reference, so. Okay, so would you mind lending us your ear from a psychology standpoint?
I'd love to.
Let's okay, so tell us your thoughts about the dating contract personally, then get clinical. Or wait, no, you were about to say something.
Some thoughts.
I was gonna say, actually, okay, go ahead. Because I wanted to get a little pre.
No, do that then. Do that.
Well, I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about the struggles of dating that I talked about. You know, that I feel like can be remedied with this, and then talk about what you think about this particular solution.
We're going to ask you from a professional standpoint, obviously, but you are also, if I'm not mistaken, single, or at least not married.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
But I would like to know your opinion on this particular topic as a woman that is dating in the dating world.
Yes, absolutely. So I talked about the things that cause anxiety in dating, the things that are the most difficult and worst parts about dating. So I want to know if that is, number one, your experience dating as a person that is dating, but then also as a person who counsels people that are in relationships. How does that fit into, everything as well?
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, when you started, I was like, oh, Lord. And then the more you talked, I was like, well, it would help. It would help. Yeah, I mean, that's been my experience in dating, and that's my client's experience in dating, too. So
I was doing my best, like, as we were talking, she's right over your shoulder, and, like, I could see her making faces, rolling her eyes. I'm trying to stay right here and not, like, break the foot and be like, because I see her, she's like, she was having real reactions to what we were talking about, and I was trying not to react.
I don't think I was that animated.
Well, you never do. And then we see the tape.
So that's what I wanted to know, was just like about those anxieties and things, and what kinds of things do people bring to you? I mean, you probably see more like marriage, but obviously people that are in relationships or maybe at the beginning of their marriages or things like that. So are these kinds of questions, maybe not necessarily the what are we doing kind of or where are we going kind of questions, but there's definitely some threads there that can probably carry through into relationships even that you're in, even when you're besides just looking for one.
I mean, I work with a lot of individuals as well, and a lot of like young individuals, and so they're all dating.
Define young.
In
Give
their
me like an age
20s
range.
and early 30s.
Okay.
I mean, I run the whole gamut, teenagers till forever, but
Right.
I have a lot of individual clients who are not married, who are dating, and this is an issue. It's like an issue across the board. I know we're all, post-divorce and
I've never
kids.
been married.
Sorry, you've never been married. I apologize. This guy.
Special.
Okay, we all have kids though,
That's true.
and this is like the age of the apps was certainly new for me, and this is a new, horrible way to experience dating.
It's hard out there in the streets.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard out there.
Yeah, that's why I don't be in the streets.
Which is why
You need.
you need a contract.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the idea of the contract.
So how would you?
And I really like it being slated the breacher. This person's a breacher. That absolutely tickled me.
Breacher.com.
Freaking
Oh yeah. Oh,
breachers out there.
Facebook groups.
Are we dating the same breacher?
Are we dating the same breacher? Did he breach on you? Oh my God.
He breached you too?
Oh my God.
Oh.
He breached me so hard I didn't even see it coming.
I could probably start a list right now
Of breachers?
of breachers that we all know.
I don't see that, but you didn't have a contract. I already know you. You live in the gray area. You're like, oh, this is fine. Everything is comfortable in the gray. This is lovely.
We have to be comfortable in the gray. Whoa.
I'm a fan of the gray.
You
as
have to
well.
live in the gray.
listen,
Things are not
I am
black
a fan
and
of
white.
the gray.
Don't make a race joke. You have to live in
Nobody went there but you. But also, literally, I accumulate property in the gray. My wealth is in the gray. And from time to time, with very few subjects, I'm like, yeah, nah, black and white.
So, I want to continue talking about some of these rules around the contracts.
Okay.
And I want to hear some thoughts. You know, some thoughts from the dating perspective and the therapist perspective. All right. So, like I said, exploratory contracts, 1, 2, or 3 month increments.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's great.
You think it's a long enough time to like figure out like maybe you figure it out after the first exploratory contract that you don't want or that you do want. But
if you're a grown up, I would hope that's enough time. You know, it's not enough time for a lot of these folks.
Very tactfully put.
You know, having a couple of exploratory contracts allows for a little bit of, you know, toxicity to be bubbled to the surface, and then you can decide to move on or continue.
I want to let you finish.
Okay, so those exploratory contracts, renewal contracts, come in 3 month increments. So you can just do them in multiples of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, but they have to be at least 3 months.
Aren't the exploratory contract? Oh, it's 1 to 3 months, and then for renewals, it's 3 month minimum.
Yes.
Okay.
When you want to put these things into, your contract, maybe after your exploratory contract, you're ready to say, hey, you want a renewal contract. And a renewal contract, that's the like relationship contract. That's when you're ready to, make that decision. So imagine walking up to somebody in a bar, Bridget, wonderful looking young lady, walk up to her at a bar. I thought you were really pretty. I wasn't sure if you're under contract or if I could buy you a drink.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
How much easier is it to say that?
Or you talk to your boy, be like, hey, listen, I know your buddy's friend, Jasmine. Can you find out if she's under contract or if she's available? Like, because I would love to speak to. Is she under contract? I would love to.
I mean, that's not really different than is she in a relationship, but.
Well, yeah, no, but let us.
I mean, for the sake of. Okay.
Well, and here's and that's the other part of it, because we're operating under the assumption that people are going to respect legally binding contracts, but they don't, whether it's a marriage or anything else. Yeah. And so you're going to have people running 3-4 concurrent contracts. We've got the DODC, the Department of Dating Contract, newly formed, trying to find people that are running contract gambits.
Right, right.
I got a freaking contract ring, a drug contract ring.
Now, in the contract, there can be an allowance for other romantic interactions.
But let's say,
if that is specifically forbidden in the contract.
So what's the penalty then? We were talking about what's the penalty if you become a breacher? If you're a freaking breacher. I'm getting mad about this. Are you freaking breacher?
Not me. Don't look at me and say that.
But you got real breacher energy.
Real breacher energy.
I think the idea is that the social construct of this contract system would made out the punishment itself.
I mean, I feel like if that were true, then we probably would because people that.
You don't agree?
No, I just think that when push comes to shove, people do what they want to do regardless of the consequences.
Sure.
I mean, agreed.
But that doesn't mean that I don't love this idea as a new layer of accountability.
And the thing is, it's not even, my idea isn't really necessarily centered around the accountability. It's around having the conversations around the difficult things.
Okay. And so if you've got a dating contract, there would be like legal Zoom form letters that you can download. If you want to customize, I want to customize my legal contract, my dating contract.
Yeah, and you hit these points, and maybe you want there's maybe traditional contracts or the standard contracts of these are what's included.
But FetLife contract, lifestyle contract.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, and
it's like a dating prenup.
Yes, but I feel like that's the time that people. That's the most important time to communicate those things, and that's the time people don't.
They just gloss over
They
them.
just gloss
That's
over
true.
it.
Or they don't talk about them at
Yeah,
all. No,
don't-
I think it's a
they keep
beautiful
going.
thing to like get
People
that conversation.
and people's
Yeah.
assumptions like are dangerous because they
Yeah.
so far apart on the spectrum. You guys can be nowhere near each other and nobody says anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, or you think, oh, we'll just continue this on and they'll change. They'll change.
Oh man,
their
that's a
minds.
whole different thing. That's a whole different thing.
But if it's in the contract,
If it's in the contract, though, it's written
you're not meeting the
That you understand that this is where I'm at,
Right.
and you're hoping that I'll change. Well, I wrote it down.
and when it comes time for that renewal,
You have not fulfilled your obligation. I took you out to dinner 7 times. You ordered lobster every time. There has been no snuggling.
okay, so this is something that I also included. Sex can be
Oh boy.
negotiated into the contract,
But
but not into exploratory contracts, only into renewal contracts. And it can only specific sexual acts cannot be negotiated into the contract. Only frequency and
objection.
only minimum.
Objection.
Objection. Okay, let's hear it.
Because listen, if I'm signing contracts, I want the guarantee that she's gonna do that thing. I don't want you skirting the rules, and then if I leave, you call me a breacher. This is bullshit.
That is
Well, you don't have
valid.
to sign the contract if it's not to your liking.
No, because we're living in the gray area. There's a lot of loopholes around
This
this.
is not
game.
gray. This is very black and white.
This is very black and white. But the thing is, I feel like that opens the door for the conversation about what constitutes a sexual act and how often you want that sexual act in the contract.
Okay. Well, that was number one that I was talking about before Bridget came on. So the biggest problem that I see with this, it makes a lot of clarity. It gives you a lot of clarity, but it takes out a lot of the mystery, a lot of the
Sure.
anticipation, a lot of the, well, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen?
Yeah, you're also in danger of this starting to feel real icky the more down that road you go.
Elaborate.
How many times a week and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, not every week
Oh,
is the
yeah.
same.
And you had a rough week, but it's in the contract, and
the
now you're
contract,
obligated
yeah,
to do it.
That to me, I mean, you had me there.
Because that doesn't just have to go with sexually. It can go. It can go the other way. Like she's like, listen, you told me you were going to sit down and listen to my day, and you're like, oh, again with your day? You just had a day yesterday. We got to talk about your day again. How many days are there? Is this over yet?
But see, things like this are communication, phone time, number of calls or hours on the phone. You can negotiate these into the contract.
Here
I
we
mean,
go.
this is where it starts to get a little. But
Where it all falls apart.
It's like, listen,
but maybe just some general, like I said. I mean, I will guarantee that I will talk. We will communicate. We will communicate by text and phone call once a day. No, I mean, Bridget's done with this idea already. No calls before or after a certain time. I mean,
no calls the next day. I'm asleep.
I mean,
If that
I
works for
like
you.
this from the standpoint of ironing out like where we're at.
yeah.
Like what's
And
happening
having the
here.
conversation.
Are we exploring this together, and are we dating other people or not? I don't know that you can get into the nitty gritty of what's happening behind closed doors.
Okay, so maybe just kind of a basic form contract that kind of.
It's more.
I don't mind the phone calls and the text messages though.
I'm thinking more
Yeah,
about.
well, what's my expectation?
I'm thinking more about like what the expectation is like. Okay, so we're agreeing to do this thing. We're agreeing to explore this to see if we really want to if we want to do another contract. That's what we're exploring, and this is how we're exploring it. We're gonna have this much phone time. We're gonna have this much time together. We're going to, whatever.
Well, yeah, we agree to this many
We
dates to
agree.
begin with to get to know each other and see
Right.
where this goes. Yeah, I mean, I think that's lovely.
So that's what it's more about. It's more about it's about setting the expectation of this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. And if this doesn't work, either we're gonna try it a different way on the next contract, or we're not gonna do another contract.
Yeah.
It allows you to kind of course correct as you move forward
Right.
and see.
Right.
And
But
maybe
then you run into situations, you've seen the reels where somebody's upset and they're like, as you can see here, you are on the hookup plan. And snuggling, talking about your feelings and talking to your kids is part of the boyfriend plan. Your subscription's about to expire unless you'd like to upgrade. We can certainly discuss that. My attorney's right here.
and that is the renewal contract.
All right. Well, I think it's a fun premise, and I love the idea that it opens up the lines of communication. It allows you. So,
Because dating feels, I don't know about you, but sometimes it can just feel so like almost heavy. Like, what am I supposed to do? Or like, you know, it can be such a big
it's a
deal.
freaking nightmare.
It's such a big deal. And this is the way to just make it into just like, this is just contract talk. You know, this is the things that,
Yeah.
you know, like making it easier to communicate about those things.
Yeah, if I communicate this,
Rather
does
than
that
take it
push them
so
away?
personally.
Or,
Right.
or do they like that? And I don't know. And should I text right now or should I not text right now? This
Exactly.
feels reasonable to text right now, but I don't know where you're at.
But then let's talk about how people would definitely, without a question, this is what I want in the contract, but they're saying that because that's what they think you want in the contract. They're not filling out the form in the way that they think they're filling out the form. You see people's dating profiles. This is what I like. This is what I like to do. No, you freaking don't.
And I've been in therapy for 10 years. I love it so much. And I'm healed in a secure attachment style. La 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 la. You are none of those things, sir. Or ma'am. Mostly, sir.
Tell us how you feel, Bridget. Tell us how you feel.
I will. That's how I feel. I think people are a mess out there. I think people love to lie about stuff. And I think people are really dishonest with themselves.
That's a big one. Dishonest with themselves.
Yeah. I think people really miss the mark in terms of like, who am I? What am I actually looking for? It's like just a lot of this external validation, you know, and need for validation and approval from, you know, their chosen romantic partners. And at the end of the day, it's like if you're not sitting down and saying like, what do I actually want? What am I actually ready for? What am I looking for? What's my ideal partner? And then showing up as that ideal partner to the world, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times people think that they want something, but then when it's time for them to show up as what they want,
Yeah, I want you to be that, but
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do.
Oh,
And you
man.
need to be okay with
That's
that.
a whole other topic. That's a whole other podcast. People, yeah.
It's my job. It's awful. I'm just kidding. I love my job.
How do you navigate that? I mean, you've got to have some personal feelings about dating, and then when somebody brings something into, you know, the therapy room, you're probably like, you know, how?
Yeah, I mean, I have all my own experiences. They haven't been ideal since my divorce. Since I started dating, I waited a while before I started, but I'd say less than ideal experiences in the dating world. And when a client brings something to me and it feels, you know, I know there's a lot of like, oh, you gotta be blank slate and get a therapist that just listens and that is not me. So if you need a therapist that's gonna blank slate you and just listen and then offer like reasonable feedback, don't work with me.
So what is your
style?
approach?
So I had a client today who was lamenting an ex, and I told her that if she didn't begin working harder on getting beyond this, I was going to fight her. And she said, girl, you're not going to fight me. You're on top of the house. And I was like, I know, but it sounded really good. So like that's the type of therapist I am. And I've been working with her for a long time. But yeah, I mean, this happens like all the time. It happens to therapists too. And it's like, I feel like I know what I want. I feel like I've worked really hard on myself, like before my divorce, after my divorce. I've come a long way with my attachment stuff and all that. And don't seem to be attracting the people that that bring to the table what I feel like I'm bringing to the table.
I mean, the problem is that frat boys only use tables for beer pong.
And Jameson for shots.
I get it. So no, but I'm really curious to know what made you choose therapy. How'd you get into it?
That's a great question. Well, I've always been sort of like a helper. My whole life. So when I was in high school and I was thinking about sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna move it nonchalantly, but then you drew attention to it.
I chalanted it.
You did
You
chalant.
were very chalant.
That's all right. I'm pretty chalant. When I was in high school, I was trying to, you're thinking about what you want to do, and I decided I wanted to go and be a nurse.
Uh-huh.
And so I got into St. Louis University School of Nursing, which is a pretty prestigious program, 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. And after 2 years, I was working as a nursing assistant and a number of deaths on my unit. And I said, nope.
Really?
Can't.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So I spent 2 years in that program, and the grief it became very clear to me that stuff that I thought like, oh, this is fine, and then it like was not.
And it was really not.
I wasn't like a mess or anything, but it was every time I was like, oh, that really hurts.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do this for my job. So I picked up my minor, which was psychology, and started exploring that more, and realized, you know what, this is actually a really good fit. So I finished out at SLU and decided I wanted to work in the field though for a while. So I worked in like a group home for teenagers.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, like a year and a half. Back then that felt like a long time. And then I worked at a teen social service agency doing like outreach, like preventative stuff. We would go into the high schools, actually around here, high schools and synagogues and stuff, and do presentations. Like I did a comprehensive sex ed, alcohol, tobacco, and other drug prevention, that kind of stuff. So that was really fulfilling, and I did that for several years because I wanted to make sure that grad school for therapy was what I wanted. I didn't want to like make that mistake again.
Right.
And it was what I wanted. And then I got into Northwestern. And I researched all of the different licenses and such and schools, and I said marriage and family therapy is the one that I want because we have a systemic base, which means we look at the big picture. So we're not just looking at the individual, but also the family, community, et cetera, and how all of that impacts that person. So that's what I did. I went to Northwestern and graduated in 2010 and worked at a treatment center, got my hours for licensure, and got licensed. And I had started my private practice before I was licensed, just under the supervision of somebody who was.
It's crazy that you were able to graduate from Northwestern in 2010 at 10 years old. That is just
Wow.
It's impressive.
I graduated high school in 1999. I know that blows your mind. Go Ramblers.
So you told us that you're not the kind of therapist that just, you're not placating people. You're not telling them what they want to hear. But you also have but you also have your own experiences. How hard is it to separate and differentiate like your experiences from the experiences that people are telling you about, especially when they're similar? And I'll preface this by saying that like in my experience, you're very good with boundaries. Not when you're dating, like within friendships.
Wow.
What is that?
No, I'm just saying because
that was a
one relationship.
That was a
I've only had one relationship.
No, I'm not talking about that in particular. What I'm talking about is I see lots of different friends coming to you with lots of different problems, and there are lots of different conflicts of interest.
There's lots of different
conflict. You're friends with a lot of people that have a lot of problems with each other. Even in my situation where like I don't necessarily have a problem with anybody, but Bridget is good friends with my significant other. And even when she and I like have a conversation or whatever, and I can feel myself starting to like tilt into a conversation that like, or like a topic that might warrant, that might put her in a position where, she's got to either be like, hey, we're not talking about this, or, whatever. Like the boundary is always clear. And I see her do that across the board. So my question is like, how hard is it to do that? How did you get there? And how do you stay there?
Oh, geez. At this point, it's not super hard because practice. Mm-hmm. How did I get there? I think I've always been a little bit like that. I mean, I'm friends with...
Just from a loyalty standpoint?
I'm a super loyal person, and I also have a lot of friends, which you're right. Like that turns into some of these people are gonna have problems with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you hanging out with that person? I don't know, dudes. Like, I'm not the problem here. Like, I like to be friends with everybody. If you're not like a jerk to me, or in general, to the general world, or say horribly offensive things, I would like to be friends with you if there's value there.
Yeah.
I think in my youth it was like, I'll take anybody in. I love all of you. Now I'm a little bit more discerning about who gets into my inner circle.
Okay, so this takes us into something that I wanted to touch base on, and maybe this is a topic for part 2, but attachment issues or attachment. Is that
Attachment
something?
issues, attachment styles.
Yeah, that's what it was. Attachment stuff. So like,
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
is that something that we want to save, or do we want to get the party started now?
Why don't we take a break?
Okay.
And then we'll get into a couple different topics.
All right. So if we're taking a break, then what we're gonna do is log out and we'll log back in. We're gonna make this a 2-parter. So we want to thank you so much for joining us, Bridget.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's my pleasure, because you'll be back, right back. Beast.